الممثلة غونيث بالترو تتعاون ونجاح مهرجان يعقده المخرج الكبير قصة الفيلم تدخل شخص يدعى توم ستوك يعيش في قرية صغيرة مع عائلته في أمريكا. تدفعه الظروف لارتكاب جريمة يقدم تؤدي إلى تغيير حياته بالكامل. نتعرف أكثر على فكرة وشخصيات أدائية في هذه المحاضرات الأدبية. عائشة دوري أحييكم هذه المرة من لوس أنجلوس وبالتحديد من الشراين أوديتوريوم وأقوم بتغطية لمعرض شوز في لاس فيغاس بمناسبة الدورة الأولى لمهرجان ميدل إيست فيلم فيستيفال الذي يقام لأول مرة هذه الليلة في مدينة أبو ظبي في برلين، حيث ستنطلق بعد ساعات قليلة الدورة 58 لمهرجان برلين السينمائي الدولي.
Do you think he was a real hero?
I think it's too simple, but I mean, the problem on a movie, trying to sell a movie or a movie poster, it has to be a short, pithy.
What appealed to you about this film? How was it different than the others?
You know, it's such a pleasure working with Quentin. It's, I don't know if it's a definable thing. You know, I've been trying to answer that question since we started a couple days ago.
How do you usually celebrate Christmas?
I have a huge family, and we all meet at my mother's house, and we eat too much, and we argue, and we talk politics and religion, and we argue, and
That's a typical Christmas
yeah,
celebration.
We go to church.
Good to see you. You were once a child star. Did you ever think celebrity as you would imagine it before when you were a kid?
Did I? Well, I had a very different approach to all of it. You know, when you're young, it means something totally different. And now I do it for me more. And yeah, it's just, you know, the reasons I do things are different. I mean, I'm a lot older, so.
It's not that I'm obsessed with Paris. I'm born and raised in Paris. That's pretty heavy. And I'm a true Parisian. And I live half the year in Paris. So I'm very close to that city.
حلقة خاصة من سينماجازين نقدمها لكم مشاهدينا من روتردام. أنا عائشة دوري أحييكم وأقدم لكم هذه الحلقة من قلب مدينة روتردام، وهي من أهم المدن الهولندية. السبب هو تغطية الدورة الثامنة لمهرجان الأفلام العربية في روتردام. هذا المهرجان الذي يقام هنا سنويا ويحضره عدد كبير من نجوم السينما العربية. You're everywhere now. It's an overnight success. I mean, yeah, after Stardust, but this is completely different. You're the main character here, and you're everywhere. You're on my pen.
I'm on your pen.
Being one of the most beautiful women in the world, give me a beauty tip.
Oh dear. Oh dear, don't take it too seriously. If there are compliments coming your way, enjoy it. But know that this is all transient. What's inside is what matters, I think, because that's what outlasts time.
What advice would you give the new generation, a new filmmaker?
My advice can be summed up in 2 words. Never compromise.
The first time we see a politician goes into making his own film, how did you feel about this?
Well, it wasn't my idea to make the movie. I wish I could take credit for it. In California, it's very different. London, the rooms are really small, so, you know, to do that, it would have been horrible.
That would be another movie with a wheelchair and everything.
It would be a 7-hour movie.
What do you think, how important is it for a celebrity to cooperate with the UN for humanitarian causes?
Well, it helps. I mean, it's like cinema for peace. If you make a movie for box office, good, you know, it's great. But if you make a movie that's box office, but also is about being human, then, you know, when I go to the movies or watch television, I understand events easier. So what you're doing is you're being able to explain to people.
And I want to say a big thank you to all of your people.
In the Middle East.
Of course, of Middle East, all the people in the Middle East, they've been supporting me, and it's because of them today I'm what they call a movie star.
So this is a retro take on horror movies with lots of gore, lots of blood, lots of violence, lots of laughs and sense of humor. So America's most famous Texan, tell me more about it.
It's just a movie that I've always wanted to do because it's the kind of movie that inspired me to be a filmmaker when I was little. When I was like 12 years old, I saw some John Carpenter and George Romero movies, and I loved the whole fantasy aspect of their movie making and how they did multiple jobs on their movies. So I thought, hey, I want to be a filmmaker. So this is a chance to pay homage to those kind of films.
أنا عايشة الدوري أحييكم من ليستر سكوير وأقدم لكم هذه الحلقة في تغطية لأبرز فعاليات مهرجان لندن السينمائي بدورته ال51. Did you enjoy having short hair, or more like, did you enjoy having no hair at all? And did you hesitate in doing it?
I didn't. It was something I always wanted to do, to shave my head, and it was really, really a great experience. You know, the only thing that's hard, I think, is that people recognize me a lot more because, you know, it's very distinctive to have no hair for a woman. So, I think that was probably the hardest aspect of it.
No use for shampoo for some time.
Exactly. Saved a lot of money.
William, what do you think of the issue of violence as it's being overexposed in films nowadays?
99% of it is just gratuitous nonsense. And that's why I don't go near it too much.
I like all of my films. I both love and hate them. That's what's the strange relationship is like with my children.
Talking about your career, you've done different roles and different characters and different movies, and you've dealt with many directors. What would you highlight as the most important thing in your career for yourself?
I don't know. I wouldn't even say the best film I made or the most interesting character I played, because that's not necessarily the most important thing. The most important thing is the work in itself to me, to work with other actors and what happens in front of the camera, and hopefully with good direction.
نجاح البرنامج واستمراره بدون انقطاع منذ العام 2004 ما كان له أن يتحقق من غير جهود فريق عمل وطاقم تصوير رافقني في تغطية معظم مهرجانات السينما العالمية. وأود أخيرا أن أتقدم بالشكر والامتنان للإدارة والمسؤولين في قناة الحرة الذين أتاحوا لي الفرصة وعلى مدى ال6 سنوات السابقة في إعداد وتقديم برنامج سينماجازين. هذا البرنامج الذي أدخلني إلى عوالم السينما لأتعرف على أدق التفاصيل في هذه الصناعة من خلال حضور مهرجانات سينمائية ومواقع تصوير وحفلات العروض الأولى وحفلات توزيع الجوائز ومقابلاتي مع أبرز النجوم وصناع السينما في العالم. والأهم من كل هذا والمكسب الحقيقي هم القاعدة العريضة من المتابعين والجمهور والفانز الذين كانوا دائما على تواصل معي ومتابعين بحرص جميع حلقات البرنامج، وهم بدون شك المكسب الأكبر. في النهاية شكر كبير لجميع المشاهدين، وإذا تساءلتم ما سر نجاح وتميز البرنامج فالإجابة بالتأكيد هي My love for the magic world of cinema. إلى اللقاء.